Welcome everybody to the lower bracket stream. I am 40 Lions, joined by ZSX, and this is the first knockout game of the day, Dan.
B stream, but not the B team. We're back again, big boy.
We're here.
How
We're
you
here.
doing?
Well, some of us
How
are here.
you doing?
I'm
I don't know.
somewhere.
I don't know where
know.
I am. I come here to
cannot believe-
relax. I come here to chill. I don't care.
can't-
I ain't got John watching on my shoulder. I can say and do what I want.
Yeah, I'm not wearing any pants. I can't believe I overslept and missed my flight. But CNZ versus nosfa, one of these players is going home, or at least just hanging out in the studio and watching for the rest of the weekend. It's unfortunate, but we knew it was going to happen. It has to happen, unfortunately.
It does, and it's a shame when, our first knockout game is two guys that I think a lot of people have high hopes for to go, at least, not to win, but to do pretty well. We've seen CNZ in the past do exceptionally well, like top 6 in these events. Not so much in terms of high placements in recent times, but again, people look at and go, yeah, he's a bit of an underdog. We can see it happening, and yet one of them is going to be technically last place, which is brutal when you consider everything else.
It's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt. Quick overview again. B stream. There's no fluff here. Just the one on my face. We got Insomnia, Blood Covenant, Awoken. CNZ is playing Athena, Visor, Doomslayer. nosfa has Anarchy, Strogg, and Ranger. We might not go to the third map. How anticlimactic would that be if this is just a sweep in 2 and someone is sent home? It's sad. It's sad, but it's going to happen again and again and again today, and then a lot tomorrow. We got to whittle down the players and get to the top. So, shortly we are going to enter the server. CNZ and nosfa are going to kick us off. It's going to be Athena versus Anarchy on Insomnia. I mean, that matchup in general, how do you feel about it, Dan, between these two?
My mind just completely blanked out. Anarchy, Athena, or Insomnia.
Is it
Sorry,
just the lag?
we should
Is
have
it
done
just me?
rehearsals, mate. So I
sorry.
was prepared for your getup. You look like some sort of budget Eastern rock or something. I don't know what's going on. What is this? You're so cheap. Like,
it was $20. I think
know
that's like 70 quid.
I can see that. But we have.
Yeah.
I like it because we have 2 mobile champions, and for me, the meta of Insomnia is moving towards mobility. I literally just got off casting Sirius versus Spotty, and
insane
again,
game.
It was an insane game, but it was mobility that won the day there, right? Just couldn't play around the speed of the Anarchy, and that's pretty critical. But an Athena can, and that's utility is incredible. I will admit I haven't seen a lot of Athena on CNZ, so that's a bit of a question mark for me. Then we have Blood Covenant. We have the Visor, which is obviously an amazing pick on that map. Sorry, as I'm just multitasking, doing other things. And the Strogg and Pika equally. I like that on nosfa. I think he plays well with speed when he can really maximize that rail, get in people's faces, play aggressive. That's definitely key for me. I don't know what you think. And then if we get that far, which I think we will, Awoken, Ranger versus Doom. Not a huge fan of Doom anymore. I think it's definitely fallen off in terms of impact, and it doesn't offer enough bang for your buck, whereas the Ranger definitely does.
I think the only utility the Doomslayer offers now is right off the spawn. You can use that Berserk and get some speed and to cover the map, and after that, it is over. It is good luck using Greased Up Doom Guide. But yeah, Athena versus Anarchy, as you said, speed is the name of the game on Insomnia. That game versus Sirius and Sparty was fantastic. Sparty literally running for his life. Was able to pull it out. Sirius was starting to chain together some rails, man. Sirius, I mean, he came out on top regardless, but that map specifically, it almost looked like he was going to come back on that one too. So good on Sirius. He will advance. But again, one player from this match will be done for the tournament. As you said, dead last, dead. CNZ versus nosfa. It is not the chopping block you want to be on. But here we are. It happens to the best of us.
But we are loading into Insomnia. We're seeing a lot more of Insomnia, and I'm warming up to it. I know we didn't see a lot in Pro League, and that as people get a close-up of my face as I'm trying to mess around my PC.
It's a real nice phase. It's a real nice phase.
It does the trick. And but it's definitely...
Well, in comparison to this, I mean, you're golden god over there.
I mean,
so apparently I'm only coming through the left
I
ear for most people.
I feel sorry.
It's okay. I'll go there.
Yeah.
It's all right. I feel sorry for myself. I'm also whispering in everyone's left ear according to chat. So
what?
Whisper. But we're live. That's it. It doesn't matter, Dan. We're in there.
Oh, is that the production thing? I don't know. But anyway, we are live over in Insomnia. Athena's going aggressive. CNZ over on the Athena, putting up the speed already. Doesn't force out and inject those. Not holding on to that at all now. And as we would expect, me without game sound. usual opening. 5 seconds between the major items. There is a chance here for CNC just to put some pressure on, but decides against it instead. Just exchanging rail for rail. And we do often see that on Sonic, is the trade of items. It's quite hard to get a full lockdown on this map.
Difficult to run the items as well, but keep in mind the light champions, one rail can make the biggest difference between these two as well. So you have agility, you have verticality, you also have the lack of stack. If you don't claim these items, as a lob of tribal right in the face, goes down 61 HP. Trying to grab that ammo with the shimmy. There's the inject as well. Just gets out of there with the tickle of LG. That was close, trying to rush for this heavy. Taking his time, because that is a pretty good opening. A lot of these pros will hit that sliver of a rail as you're trying to pick up that heavy.
Absolutely. Once again, trading it bang on the money in terms of item timing as well. Also trying to push it up aggressive, but CNC's holding that ground. Doesn't have anything to play for around here except position, and position is all he needs. Hitting 2 great rockets. Nosfa a little bit careless around that corner, but somehow coming out with frag. Yeah, a bit unexpected in doing so. You know, he did pop the inject for it, but he's looking healthy.
Yeah, nice big stack. And, however, you can get out on top and get a good 0 nosfa, but this gets caught up and out. But now he's closing in just 5 HP after that one. Up close and personal with the rockets, but staying alive, trying to control this heavy, but he might get forced out here as now dire straits from up above. nosfa holding his own with the LG. Just daring CNC to peek too much.
Well, that's the thing. He knows CNC doesn't have the weaponry to punish his position, so he can hold it all day. What's CNC going to do? Drop with the LG? Death for him. So smart play by nosfa to realize the real of the situation.
Yeah, CNZ of all people knows how dangerous that is, as he took out Dramas earlier on Ruins. Because Dramas drove right into his LG, so he knows better than that. 2-0 still for nosfa here. A little bit of nail gun spam. Try and get positioning. A little cheeky, won't connect. Ooh, that will take him down. nosfa does have inject, looks to save it here as the heavy is up, and so is Iris. Now it's just a matter of what he chooses. Baby. And smart play, grabbing the heavy because you have a pocket mech.
nosfa though is using the speed of the anarchy, as we saw Spotty doing earlier, to make sure he keeps that mid-ground pretty solid, but always got to be wary of the Athena. The grapple will actually disrupt any of the most finely crafted plans. Couple that with some back-to-back rails and you're in trouble, but they are often exchanging. This is why we're seeing a fairly cagey encounter, even though there's been a lot of combat.
3:30 in. Pretty good skirmishes with nosfa in the end, up 2-0. Again, this is a tournament life for both players here. Lower bracket action. Anytime you hear my awful voice, someone is getting sent off. Wow, big rocket there. It's the peak around the corner. Deals a lot of damage to CNZ, and now he's stuck in an odd position. There's the rail, but nosfa slowly pushing in, taking over that territory. Good rail on the way out, but it was before the heavy pickup. Bit of tribal will land, and the inject is back up for nosfa. So the mega was taken, now he's just trying to get a little more damage. He's guessing wrong here, as it looks like CNZ actually broke off to the right. nosfa, and a little bit of LG from down below. Wow, what a flick rail.
Yeah, and the rail's been really strong so far, particularly from Nox's point of view. Hitting 50% here, CNC well executing as well, pretty low scoring overall in terms of damage up across the board. Holding his own for that mega, but completely punished for it. You can see how low he is right there. Nothing to play for either, so now it's just going to be a case of Noxa trying to charge down his opponent, but running into some tribal, and that stings. There's virtually no resources on the map, light or major. Oh, and he's out of ammo as well in the critical moment. So that's absolutely free pickup for CNZ. Once again, there is a trade of major items, so it is just back to square one. Plenty of time for that comeback. Whoa!
Taking a little bit of spam damage. To the heavy room. Tribal lob there from nosfa. I really love how over time the tribal has just become a staple of everyone's arsenal. I feel like all the players were very hesitant change, and now they just, oh my god, that air rocket, but CNZ comes out on top with the LG and wins the Mega for his troubles. But yeah, the Tri-Bolt is just a fantastic weapon. I'm really glad to see it. CNZ still down by 1, looking to try and equalize here, as that hook is going to cost him a little bit of time trying to deny this armor shard down below. All according to plan, Dan.
I'm going to throw it out there. Tri-Bolt is broken.
Stopwatch.
That's my hot take of the day.
That good, huh? I think the Tri-Bolt should have 3 like lobs, but also those should break out into 3 other lobs. Like
what? You
But anyways, we can talk about that later, Dan. The people aren't here for our game dev tips.
I don't think anyone is, ever. But anyway, 2-1, CNZ's making it happen. You can see how healthy he is now. Now we've got also a split between the major items. Question is, can he maintain that? nosfa's wigging his way around the map with nothing to work with. Trying to hit any sort of exit damage, which he's done perfectly, but there's the grapple comes up. Nevertheless, the tracking is good from nosfa, and there you go. That is the power of the Anarchy. Just getting in the face, popping that in there, and converting it as well.
It's a 4-1 big lead here. It's 3 minutes remaining. Pressure mounting on CNZ. Again, tournament life has to be in the back of his mind. Even though it's map 1, you do not want to go down early. Put yourself into a slump, and wow, what a beautiful rail from nosfa there. So I'm just lightly whispering in everyone's left ear. Welcome to the B stream, everybody.
Can't catch me now.
Oh, no one told CNZ what to do when you're faced by a shotgun as he goes down 6-1. Really looks like all she wrote at the moment in time. You gotta question it, because at the end of the day, this was CNZ's pick and it hasn't really looked like he's got a shoe in. I like the Athena pick. I also like the Anarchy pick, but Anarchy today on this map has been looking incredibly strong.
Metas.
Catch me now.
Look at that movement, absolutely beautiful. nosfa and the defensive rockets absolutely primed and ready. I can't even speak. 8-1, 2 minutes left, and I think nosfa has got it on at least map number 1. It will take a miracle.
Yeah, it's just not happening on this map now against Anarchy. Yes, you're in Athena with grapples, but you have finite grapples. So even if you bust them out for 1, maybe 2 frags, how are you chasing down the Anarchy? You saw it on the last map when Sirius was hitting 70%. It was just not happening. So even still, that's hypothetical. nosfa is putting this game more and more to bed. Another frag incoming. 10-1. I think it's a little bit unfair on CNZ. This was a closer map than a 10-1, but this is the way it's played out. nosfa has been looking really, really good. I think he looked good against Ron earlier as well. Just Ron was playing well himself, so it's nice to see getting some of that reward.
Yeah, and as someone in chat pointed out, I mean, technically this is nosfa's first land game.
Yeah, we were talking about that. You know, all the way from Brazil to play online, and you know, at least he's
just like, I cannot catch a break.
Can't catch.
This is the break that he needed. 12-1, adding to the body count, and you want all the momentum you can have in the lower bracket, because it is a long road ahead. And this is a fantastic start, just piling it on. 13-1 at this point. It's just consolation frags and building confidence here. And CNZ already shrugging this off. He has to know that, you know, the next map, it all comes down to Blood Covenant. It'll be Visor versus Strog. CNZ on the Visor, nosfa on the Strog. In terms of those champions on that map, do you still like the speed of Strog versus the Visor vision? Do you think it'll make that big of a difference for CNZ, Dan?
I don't think the vision's going to make as much difference. No. I like the speed a lot. I think Strog and Pika is probably the most balanced and strongest champion in the game, all things considered, in my opinion. So I really like the Strog and Pika. Not to say the Visor is not useful there, it definitely is, but it also relies on you having that control, having a lead, and hitting your shots as well. Like, it's all good having the vision, but then actually using that vision and hitting your shots is another question indeed.
Conversion is everything. If you don't hit the shots where you're using the wall hack, you're just dead in the water. You don't have an ability that matters. Let me see if I can actually get back in the game real quick. It actually looks like CNZ is going for a quick restart. Gives me time to also try and restart my game.
Not unusual there. Definitely not played his best days today. He spoke to him earlier as well, and he said he wasn't feeling 100% and hoped he would live up to it. So maybe, you know, he's definitely played better days, and it's not a situation you want to be in when you're not playing your best in a knockout tournament on day one. So if it comes back to haunt him, so be it. But at the same time, nothing taking away from nosfa, who really did look sharp in that game.
Yeah, looking good, and unfortunate for CNZ. You know, the team kill early on, fighting against Dramas. That always is kind of a shame. As you mentioned on the show, on the A stream, they always seem to run into each other in the bracket play. Like, without a doubt, they're always just going to play each other. So I'm sure that's a little bit annoying. But here you are. Back is against the wall, CNZ. What do you do? I feel like out of all the players, he might have kind of the cool, calm, collected play that he needs to try and fight out of this, but it's going to be difficult as nosfa put him down for map number 1. And again, Blood Covenant, the lifeline for CNZ, the last map potentially. So that is very, very scary. Nobody wants to be dead last. That hurts. It just hurts.
You would know.
Yeah, take it from me. It hurts. It hurts down at the bottom. As far as the mic issues, chat, I don't know. I'm just going to be in your left ear the whole time. I don't know.
I mean, you're absolutely fine to me, and that's what matters.
Yeah, exactly. That's
Am I fine to everyone, or is it just you, or is it both of us?
I think it's just me.
All right, fair enough.
Yeah, so it doesn't matter. You're fine. You're golden. Don't worry about me. But yes, Blood Covenant coming up. We are working out the server right now. Visor versus Strog. And yeah, do or die for CNZ. So if you're a CNZ fan, I don't know, type something in the chat. We don't have any predictions here. There's no fluff here. This is the B stream, all right?
Raw and straight to the point.
Yeah, the stuff that John doesn't want you to see.
That's why you're here.
Exactly, yeah.
Permanently.
That's why they hid me in the basement. Yeah. Like, wake up, jackass! It's time for the B stream. I'm like, what? What happened? Is it time already?
Oh dear.
Yeah, it's one of those.
Fortissimo Lions.
Yes. Actually, can I get an invite again? Sorry, I just rebooted.
I'm really enjoying the situation when you're trying to talk, cast, and multitask at the same time. I could feel your cogs just slowing.
I can't do anything. I can barely read. Like, it's very difficult for me.
Oh,
it's like production's in my ear while I'm trying to click and talk, and I'm just like full shutdown. I got nothing. But
just
should be back in the lobby. We'll see if it. Yeah, if it lets me stay or not. I'll cast off the program all day, Dan. I don't care. Right? I'm a soldier. Not a good one, but I am one. So, map number 2 shortly coming your way, chat. It'll be, again, Visor versus Strog, do or die for CNZ. This could be the last map of his tournament, which would be just heartbreaking. We've seen him go so far, as you mentioned on the primary stream. A bit of a dark horse early on. Sometimes he'd get knocked to lowers, but he'd make a great run, winning 2 or 3 matches in a row. And now he's stuck in the same situation where he has to win. He has to go all the way through the lowers, and it starts with this map. It could be the start of something beautiful, or it could be just a quick end to something horrific. I don't know.
Yeah, and there were a lot of players I was speaking to before the tournament that had CNZ in that mid bracket. You know, definitely looking at a top 8. You know, look at him as a dark horse, and it is a bit of an upset. You know, I think he's one of these players people don't look at and think he's really going to push it, but no one likes to play him for good reasons. To see him come, as you rightly put it, like last is going to be a big upset. At the same time, for nosfa, I think he's due an event where he does well. I think he's been hard done by in some of his results going out recently. He's gone out in early rounds, so he can definitely push it a bit further, which is good to see.
Yep, should be a good one. We should be getting into it shortly. Hopefully. We'll see what I kick out in between now and when the server boots up, but shouts to everyone in the chat for helping me troubleshoot my mic. And I just got piped again.
Oh,
so I'm casting off the program. It doesn't matter.
Twitch chat full of production experts right now.
They're like, hey, 40, you gotta put the mic on the other side of your mouth. Oh, I didn't know. Thank you so much. I've only been doing. It's my first day. Nah, I kick stuff out all the time. I got big clown feet, big clown face too. But I think we're gonna get into it. You have the sound. I don't, because I can't be in the game. The game says no when I try.
It is. We're joining up. 3, 2, 1. We are in the game.
Map number 2 between nosfa and CNZ. Potentially CNZ's last map of the tournament. heartbreaking here.
Is he holding on to the piercing side? He just pops it out, but makes no use of it for now. Pika actually just clips from behind, so it does a fair bit of damage.
Big cut off at the LG. Big rockets, both players extremely weak with that little bit of damage. Whew. All right, nosfa on top.
Yeah,
What a start.
Didn't expect that one. And rail as well to finish him off. Since he does pick up the heavy, but there's no piercing sight. He's got a rail, but nothing else to work with. Also realizing this might be able to cut him off down here by the lightning, and it's exactly what he does, but just with the slightly wrong timing. Now the piercing sight comes out, but it's to achieve nothing except defend himself. So again, another ineffective use of his only key ability. No passes or anything to work off here. Shot out at Omega, but as we talked about, items are on pretty much the same split right now. This one, but as I say that, he's just gone deep.
One rail to open it up. So just pedal to the metal here. There's a rail. Just one more through the telly. CNZ really just pushing his luck here. Look like Pika just came up short. Both players extremely weak here, but nosfa just has that speed. Look at him controlling the top of the map. No issues. Back to Omega. Right on time. The only saving grace, as you mentioned, Dan, items about even. So CNZ will get that heavy. But I don't know if he has the arsenal to even fight yet, as he hasn't really been around the map. And nosfa's just doing a fantastic job of using that passive crouch slide and just controlling it.
Yes, he's not been able to get onto the map at this point in time. Relegated to the catacombs. Some really good chip damage there with the machine gun, but again, without the weaponry, he's just a sitting duck, and you can see the speed differential playing out in real time as CNZ is consistently being caught. Not even off guard, just being caught. He's expecting it, but there's not much you can do when you're just a slug. And that's the problem with the visor. It ends up feeling so slow when you come up in these particular matchups.
Which is unfortunate. It is, because he's a solid champ, but going up against something like a strong, more tribal.
Tell me
just
it's not
laying it on him.
broken.
Look at this. So quick! What do you do? And did I mention when you get a frag, you get some free health back too? No. There's the fight in the towers, though. Ooh, okay. Columns not friendly to nosfa there as it sends him packing. Mega is taken. He can double back, but this heavy is trying to steal it away. Nice. But there's CNZ, and there's the opportunity. Full control to CNZ. Good damage, good stack. He'll have the vision up shortly as well. This has to be where he capitalizes. Fantastic play. nosfa reeling now.
Exactly. This is the moment. And for all the credit we're giving nosfa and all the flashy plays so far, it's only 2-0. CNZ does what CNZ does best, and is somehow just managed his lifeline in this game. But saying that 200 damage, 90 to finish him off.
Wow. Just heartbreaking, and there's a big rocket as well. Drops down onto the heavy, no issues. He could potentially finish. Can he catch him? Okay, CNZ deals with it, but he's still, what, 50 HP? Now 75 after a health bubble pickup? Maybe up to 100, it looks like. But still no armor. nosfa taking his time, baits out the rocket, and says, you know what, I'm not going to push my luck. I got a 3 frag lead. We're about 4 minutes in. I'm sitting pretty right now.
Indeed. nosfa over on this heavy. CNZ doesn't have the legs to make it across, so. But nosfa's not in a rush either. Just pulling a bigger split between the major items, feeling confident in his ability now to bully his way onto this next mega. He hears the piercing sights, he's trying to get out, using the tri-bolt, but it's not going to be enough. He has to fight his way out, and CNZ actually gets him there. Slightly fortunately, as the piercing sight wasn't even really valuable, he just caught his opponent in the way.
Yeah, and at a certain point, nosfa said, I just got to do max damage, and he did a good job, but it was before the mega, so CNZ mitigates the damage.
Oh, nice swap.
It might come up big for him. Nice Pika play here, and there's the fight, and even more damage, but again, after that, the heavy pickup. So not terrible for CNZ, but good damage for nosfa to just keep it clean and make sure the overstack doesn't.
Oh, come on.
Oh my god, and a great rail catching him out. What's happening? This is it, Dan. It's a nightmare.
Oh, he's playing a platformer, he's trying to get across without it crumbling, and he does. So close to making production from both players. Lovely headshot from nosfa. He's working his way back in though. He's pretty much got at least the heavy, if not both major items. He's working his way around. There's a big split between them. Playing that ABC well, and there's a miscue in terms of sound. And nosfa gets knocked all the way down.
So it's a free mega for CNZ. He makes his way over, a little bit of rockets. Oh, wow. CNZ looks a little lost there. He's actually shooting the plant nosfa, and he does. Yeah, both for a little bit there. It looked like CNZ figured that he would be down by the armor shard, then, you know, stray rail comes over his shoulder, and he's like, wait a minute, what the hell? But nosfa goes down, and now CNZ has pulled this back within one. Just missing out on rails, both players there. 6 minutes in, 1 frag game. CNZ, he's feeling the pressure. He's not showing it. He's just playing very well. nosfa with a great rail there, a little bit of tribal retaliation from CNZ. So just jump over the rail, but a little too calculated here. The rocket won't land for nosfa, unfortunately, but that rail will, and CNZ will go down if he hits another rail. Grabs a health bubble to get out of rail range. A little bit of armor shard at the bottom of the columns here. CNZ needs to be very careful to at least keep this close, not give up the frag, and just take his time. 4 minutes is a long time.
He's losing out heavily on these range trades at this moment in time. Basically on a 2-to-1 ratio. nosfa's doing a great job of forcing this. There you go.
Oh, the rail sends him down, but the peeker!
Yeah.
Oh.
Really nice by nosfa. He's done that twice now. Just the awareness to instantly pop it in a situation where there's no other choice. Also has the health bubble there to heal on up, because why not? The Strog doesn't have enough utility as it is. And he's gonna just fly on up here, try and finish off his opponent. He's taking lots of damage, should be a bit more careful. Doesn't want to get another rail, and that's exactly what happens. Not a 4. I thought it was gonna be a 4th there. Should have been an easy frag, but it's actually allowed CNZ back into this game board.
Yeah, it took a lot of damage there. CNZ almost making magic happen with 4 consecutive rails, but the 3 will do enough to at least keep it close and threaten the ability of a trade for CNZ. So nosfa playing a little bit slower now, trying to hold on to this 3 frag lead. Under 3 minutes for CNZ's tournament life here.
Lovely play by nosfa getting out of dodge, and he realizes now the clock is his best friend, and he doesn't want to commit. He doesn't need more frags. What he needs is just to play safe and continually do that chip damage. He hears the use of that piercing sight, so just works his way up, works his way over to the mega to defend it, and he's in a perfect position right now. He's caught CNZ out in terms of positioning, but no, he forfeits it. He could have fought that one, I feel, but it doesn't matter. There's a full rocket just to say goodbye to the mega and goodbye to 30 seconds more time.
And this has got to be weighing heavy on CNZ, just like I'm weighing heavy on everyone's left ear. 3 frags to equalize. nosfa just hitting all of these rails, missing one finally, trying to string together another one, but swaps to heavy machine gun to get that guaranteed damage. It's looking worse and worse for CNZ, Dan.
It is nosfa 30 can force the issue there. Missing that rail means he will just scuttle himself away, take a better defensive position, and reset. And once again, every single one of these engagements that CNZ doesn't get a frag will just eat up more and more time. With 1 minute and 20 now to go, 3 frags on Blood Covenant against a Strog. Oh, I don't know if I like your chances there, CNZ, my friend.
This might be an early exit for CNZ, unfortunately. Down to 1 minute left, 5-2, trailing by 3 frags. For those interested in the home version, the game raises up 7-3, 8:20 in on map versus series over on the Acer.
Hey, spoiler alert.
nosfa takes him down again. Hey man, I'm here giving all the information. I'm casting everything.
And
that's it.
Yeah.
CNZ actually taps out knowing that 4 frags with 40 seconds is impossible. And that is it. CNZ, his tournament comes to an end early on day 1. Wow. Did not expect that at all.
No, it's harsh, and I think he'll be really frustrated with that. He's gone up against Dramus once again, early rounds. Incredibly close game.
He's going to be like, I don't want to be on the same team as this dude anymore.
Yeah.
Like, why do I have to keep doing this?
Incredibly close games against Dramus. Then he comes up against nosfa with a point to prove, and it just wasn't his day. And, you know, a lot of players have a break overnight. They get to play tomorrow. CNZ wasn't in that lucky pool of players. He gets forced into 2 games in 1 day when he's not feeling his best, and that's what happens. You have to find a way. No matter how you feel, no matter what's going on, if you're here, you have to find a way. And unfortunately, he wasn't able to.
Unfortunate for sure. But, you know, on the flip side of the coin, nosfa battles it out on the lower bracket. He says, hey, this is my first LAN game. LAN feels pretty good. Here I am. And so he's looking pretty solid, knocking out CNZ as the first victim of the Quake World Championships for 2022. And nosfa stays alive in the lower bracket.
He does indeed. Oh, you can do the honors.
I was going to say, that's it. We're leaving. More lower bracket action here if you want to see more players exit. Come on back. I don't know when, but we will have the next game eventually. I think it'll be Dan to King versus Strong Sage. But for now, see ya.